Good morning, Periscope, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Law here with the Morning Glory. My what has turned out to be pretty much daily morning show. 6 a.m. sharp here. The Valley. The sun. I'm a little late to work. Not a big deal though. It's not a big deal when you're the boss. For at least today, right? So I'm in charge today. So it's not a huge deal. You know, it's not like I'm gonna get yelled at by a boss that's out of town, so it's all good. Anyway, kick things right off here. Let's talk about Keyboard Warriors. Last night was a pretty good episode. A lot of funny shit went down. Talked about everything. Ronda Rousey, of course, you gotta talk about. She can't seem to stay out of the headlines. You'll see why in a second. Also, talked about TJ Dillashaw. Talked about Stipe Miocic having to pull out of his fight against Ben Rothwell. We talked about a lot of shit last night on Keyboard Warriors, but if you get a chance, check it out. The link's gonna be tweeted out all day today, so you can check out the replay. I know most people don't pay attention, but I'm in a different vehicle right now, so my phone's a little farther out than usual. It's a little weird angle, I guess, but whatever. My truck's gonna be in the shop, or will be in the shop tomorrow morning, as soon as my mechanic comes in from out of town. Turns out one of the hoses on the what's it called, power steering, it just burst because it was out of power steering fluid. I refilled it. Literally, I was just turning the wheel just to get the see how it was working out. And luckily, I put cardboard under the truck in case there was a leak. And Jesus Christ, it fucking leaked. Has no one paid the electric bill in Arizona? What's up, man? Has no one paid the electric bill in Arizona? You know what, man? It's very possible they haven't, for the fact that our governor is a dipshit. And the governor's a dipshit. The mayor's not much better. And they're spending all their money on other stupid shit instead of education like they should, and the electric bill. So if anyone knows anything about education in Arizona, it's that we're ranked like 49th out of 50 states, which means a lot of kids here are going to be really stupid. So if you're in Arizona, send your kids to private school. Anyway, let's talk about some MMA here. Ronda Rousey's mom making news now. It seems like she just can't stay out of the Ronda Rousey can't stay out of it. I got a question for you. Never heard your side of the story, but last night, go ahead, Adam. So Ronda Rousey's mom coming out saying that, basically smashing Ronda's head coach, saying he's a terrible person, he's a terrible coach who would never send anybody there, blah 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 blah. Also the shit. Seems like Ronda Rousey can't stay out of the news lines. Even ESPN's holding it. Will all this shit hurt her fight camp? It's a good question, man. I will, Adam. I will explain fully, no problem. But real quick, will it hurt Ronda's fight camp? I think it might. I think there's a good chance it'll hurt her. Not very much. Ronda's still, a friggin' beast, natural talent. But they should be fine. But as we all know, Edmund's a very emotional dude. It takes next to nothing to set that guy off. You know what I'm saying? And get him to do something irrational. So Ronda Rousey, she's as emotional as he is, but she's not quick to pull the trigger on stupid shit. Doing something dumb. I think Edmund would be. He's gonna have to be calmed down by Ronda and whoever else to chill out, focus on his camp, and then deal with issues afterwards. Some people were like, "Oh, will Ronda leave a camp will Ronda leave camp the camp early or not early? Will she leave a Glendale Fight Club?" I highly doubt it. But if you read Ronda's book, and I've been reading it, I'm about halfway through the book. She makes a point that when she was in judo, she left a couple of judo schools when she learned everything she could. And you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, in a new camp, a new whatever, and a new coaches that know different things to grow. So, could it happen? Yeah. Will it happen after this fight camp? I don't think so. Unless things get really crazy and very disruptive. And they can't get past this whole issue with Ronda's mom and Edmund. So, it's interesting, but right now it's just going to be a bunch of garbage, just people in the media talking about it. Obviously, we're talking about it. But, people just talking about it. ESPN has a freaking article on it. So they love drama. They're an entertainment business. They're an entertainment news site. They're not really a sports site anymore. Especially if that rumor of them covering WWE is legit. I'm like, oh, God, we're going to cover storytelling. That's great. All right. Now, Adam wants to know why I called, me and the other guys on Keyboard Warriors, Ronda goes to Alpha Male. Oh, geez, no. Oh, God. I know you're laughing about it and joking around, but, man, if that actually happened, goddamn. Anyway, Adam asking why myself and Aaron Robbins, specifically us two, are not fond of Ariel Helwani. Here's the thing. Now I'll tell you this, okay? In any industry, especially entertainment industry, it's who was there first and put in the work first that people think is the best, or people that has a top spot, right? I take no credit away from Ariel Helwani whatsoever. Dude was there first. Dude put in work. He probably led the push in MMA as far as journalism goes when he was doing journalism. Okay. These days, I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to fucking listen to the MMA Hour every week. I did not miss. No joke. Listen to at least 200 episodes. You know what I mean? 200 maybe? No, a little under 200. Yeah, I think a little under 200 I listened to. Okay, and it was great. Why? He had access to all these UFC fighters, access to this, access to that, backstage stuff. It was great. He had great content. What really bothers me about Helwani is every single interview he wants to pull out some wrestling bullshit. It's like, oh, he said this and he said that, and do you find this? Do you find are you bothered by the fact that so and so said this and so said that? And it's like, okay, if it was a legit question about that would affect the actual fight, cool. But Helwani has this really irritating habit of trying to start shit. And then he plays stupid going, I'm not trying to start anything. I'm not trying to start it. Yes, you are, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And that's just the kind of guy he is. At this point, it's not really, I just don't, he's just an annoying dude. That's kind of what it is. You know what I mean? And now, he takes advantage of the fact that he has access to certain fighters. You know what I mean? And he's not going to come out and fucking go on his show and shit talk people, but it's been fucking pretty widely known he does that behind the scenes. All right, and you can't go up and talk to him. For example, I cover. Obviously, I'm not gonna get UFC credentials yet, and with all the shit that I say about the UFC, I highly doubt I'll ever get it. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. UFC is the best fight organization on the planet in MMA, bar none. But they do a lot of fucked up shit, and so I'll talk about it. I've never been afraid to talk about it. Helwani won't talk about it. He won't. A lot of other writers will talk about it. A lot of actual journalists will talk about it. Helwani is turned, and more than likely because he works for Fox Sports, who basically is the UFC at this point. They're not. I don't think they're owned. Obviously, they're not owned. Fox isn't the UFC or Zuffa, but they're basically owned by the UFC. So he won't do any actual journalism. He won't actually go cover Bellator. He'll just talk about it. Be like, oh yeah, Bellator went down, blah, 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 blah. The one time he covered Bellator, he got in deep shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I used to watch Helwani show, or listen to Helwani show every week, and then the dude just turned into, once I found out kind of how he actually, the kind of guy he actually is behind the fucking scenes, he's kind of a douche, and again, won't do any actual journalism. He just talks about stuff, and he's afraid of losing his spot with the UFC, as are a lot of other writers and journalists, or not actual journalists, but writers, all right, and other journalists are fucking afraid of saying anything negative about the UFC or criticizing them whatsoever, or even covering Bellator for the fact that the UFC, could see it fit to pull their shit. They did it to Helwani. They put him on the bad list. I think he covered weigh-in or something stupid. Understand you on that, man. He is kind of his own little matchmaker. Danny gets to know with him too. No, for real, he fucking does that shit so much. Seriously, it's the most irritating thing to me that he just talks shit, dude. You could just see this. I see through people's heart garbage. I see through their little personas you try to put out. He wants to play the nice guy and also the shit, so he doesn't get his ass whooped. But he's had so many times in episodes where they ask him, well, he does the question. I'm pretty sure he still does it. The question and answer at the end of the He reads Twitter questions and website questions and all that shit, YouTube questions, I think, at the end of the show. And there's been times where he's had the balls to criticize someone's fighting. Like, motherfucker, you've not trained one day in your fucking life, and you want to shit talk someone's fighting? Oh, he's this, or he's that. Shut up. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Luke Thomas trains jiu-jitsu. Other guys that cover fighting train the sport. The one guy that I'm pretty sure doesn't do jack squat, but does a great job of actual journalism, John Morgan. No joke, MMA junkie, I have a lot of respect for John Morgan. And dude's a nice guy. I met him at World Series of Fighting. Dude's a fucking legit nice guy. Sean Al-Shadi from MMA Fighting, I don't know if he trains. Nice guy. He's a legit dude. You know what I mean? I've heard fucking people. I've never met Helwani. I don't want to. I never met Helwani, and I doubt I ever will. I just don't care to. But I've talked to people that he big time them. And if you big time, if you're a journalist and you big time a journalist, you're kind of a douchebag. Gareth Davis is also a tit. Gareth Davis. If you watch any of his, I can't stand that guy either. But they don't have him very much in the States, so I never had to really, watch any of his shit. And when there's a card overseas, he's usually the guy that leads that coverage. And I'll just avoid him. But I get you. I'm not a big fan of Davis either. Besides, Davies has these. He's a creeper, man. That guy's a legit creeper. When he's covering a female fight, he kind of, he's got this weird thing about him. Anyway, but Helwani, I just can't stand the dude. That's just what it is. And I'm honest about it. I'll fucking say it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Smash our little fucking keyboard warrior show? Fine. I'm sure he gets hundreds of thousands of listens a week on iTunes and views on YouTube and all that. Good for him. Like I said, I'm not shitting on the fact that he was there first and he put in the work to get there first and he used to be a journalist. I'm shitting on the fact that he's a mouthpiece for the UFC now and basically a wrestling guy. And that's just what he's become. You know what I mean? So I take issue. You know what I take issue with him the most is the fact that he tries to call himself a journalist when he's not. He's not anymore. He's a mouthpiece and a promoter. That's what he is. He promotes. He gets these guys on his show and he promotes these fights. He gets, he gets exclusive. He basically calls the UFC and says, "Hey, can I get so and so?" Doesn't actually go through the actual, through what is normal. I guess normally thought of as trying to get a freaking interview as a journalist. He just goes, "Hey, Uncle Dana, can I get so and so?" "Yeah, sure, go ahead." Because you have a bunch of listeners, and you'll get people to see get so many views on this or get so many listens on that. So, again, not hating on the fact that he was there first or putting the work first and that he used to be a journalist. I take issue with the fact that he calls himself a journalist now. All right, a lot of people were like, "Well, you're not a journalist." Not anymore. I used to be, and then I realized how much of a farce journalism actually is now. I wrote for a paper before, and that shit ended when they curved one of my stories. I think I said this. I think I told the story on the ULI at some point, so I'm not gonna go over it right now. But I have my broadcast journalism degree from University of Arizona. I've done the job. I know what it's supposed to be about. And these days, that industry has changed, and in MMA, it's certainly changed. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of what it is. So a lot of people, Adam was wondering why I think Helwani is a douche, and I'm not gonna back away from that ever. If I meet the guy, I'll tell him, no problem. You know what I mean? So again, I don't foresee myself meeting the guy ever. I don't think I ever. I think one time, what did I say? I think I said it one time on Keyboard Warriors that if I ever go to an event and I see him there and he's doing like a live spot, I might do that whole fucker right in the pussy thing in the background. I'm not gonna do that, but I would love to I'd love to think about the fact that that'd be hilarious to me. Just to me, it'd be funny. So yeah, many other reasons to dislike Helwani. To be honest with you, nothing worth really mentioning here. But again, nothing credit away from the guy. He's done what he's done, and he's where he's at because he put in work and he sucked dick and whatever else he did. But can't call yourself a journalist these days. Hell, a lot of these writers can't call themselves journalists anymore. You know what I mean? Did I listen to the Rampage crank calls? I did not. I talked to people that did, and they said, I have friends that listen to it. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I've been death busy the last few days with shows and with actual real life and shit. So I haven't had a chance to, but I heard it was hilarious, so I'm gonna listen to it today, and I'll talk to you guys on Twitter about it. But I heard it was pretty funny. Anyway, all right, I'm getting yelled at now. I gotta go. So anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys tuning into the shows in the morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Today, In the Pocket with Nick Pilecki. 3 o'clock, 3:30 Pacific, which would translate that to wherever you're at. And I will check you guys out then. See you guys later. You got one day. You're one day closer to death, man. Make it count.